Hey guys, what's up? Panther Dragon here, and today we'll be featuring the top 5 best top laners for solo queue of patch 4.10. Not much has really changed for top lane except for a few champions and my opinions of them, so let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so at number 5 we do have Rumble. Okay, so my opinion on Rumble is right now he's sleeper OP. Not much players are actually using him, but in my head I think he's really strong right now. He did get some bug fixes which made him do less damage, and they fixed that, so now he does more damage. And I really know that he does a lot of damage, it's just people aren't really picking him up right now because they don't really see his potential. But I've seen his potential. He does a lot of damage, and in team fights, if you have a good wombo combo, you'll just absolutely destroy those team fights. In the laning phase, he kinda does pretty good against most top laners. He can build like Seeker's Arm Guard if needed against AD, and then of course he's better against AP targets since he does more sustained damage against them. And of course, like I said before, in the late game team fights, he is a big threat since he can combo his ulti with other people, and he's a pretty good frontline since he does have AoE damage, a lot of AoE damage to be precise, and he's tanky. Again, it is rare when I see him, but when I do, I notice that he becomes a big threat in team fights. Next up is Shyvana. Alright, so when I compare Shyvana to someone like Renekton, I feel like Shyvana is better than Renekton as she does scale better, and most of the time she can go even with Renekton, and she's a bit more of a threat than Renekton, at least I guess I'd say in team fights. But obviously Renekton is really good early game and can like bully her for a moment, but once she's like level 6, she can start trading with him. With all of that being said, my vote does go to Shyvana. She is definitely a better split pusher since she has a lot of mobility. She has a lot of strong base damage, so even if she kind of feeds in lane or whatever, she can still be a nuisance in team fights as she doesn't bring a lot of AoE damage. And also with the recent popular pick of Yasuo, she is ever so good. What she does lack is early game presence, and so it can be really hard to gank for her, or if you need an early game team, then she won't really shine in that early game comp. At number 3, we do have Lulu. So Lulu is really strong right now, and you know, she came from the mid lane to the top lane, and what does she offer from the top lane? Well, for one, she is a ranged champion who can obviously put a lot of pressure onto the enemy if they are melee, and second, she's kind of hard to gank because she has a shield, ultimate that gives health, and a slow to get away, and movement speed, which makes her a really good top lane right now. And if she's left alone with her laner, she'll probably give him a hard time, and just keep poking them until they're driven out of the lane. And also her teleport ganks are really strong since she does have movement speed to catch up, a lot of CC, and if she needs to support an ally because they might die, she has her ultimate and some shields to give them. I feel like she's really strong in the top lane right now, and she's one of the top tier picks just because she offers a lot to a team and can give them, you know, whatever. And if she does feed, she is a support, so her utility is still there. She's still useful than most bruisers who feed. But one con is she's not the greatest split pusher since she's not a bruiser. I mean, she's really good at it because like I said earlier, she's hard to gank, but she is more useful in team fights, but I mean, she can still split push and push those waves. It's just 1v1, some people might be better at 1v1ing than her. At number 2 is Aelia. Okay, so Aelia is becoming ever so more popular. Honestly, she's like a weaker version of Jax, but you know, she has her differences, I guess. And honestly, I don't really know much about her laning phase, but I can tell you this, I've seen Aurelia's carry. They're definitely really strong at killing squishies and just singling someone out, as Aurelias do offer a lot of burst, a lot of true damage, and a 2-second stun that can really kill someone really easily. And so if Aelia gets into a squishy, that squishy is probably going to die unless someone peels Aelia off of them. And like I said earlier, she's like Jax, so she's really good at split pushing too. Although there are some cons about Aelia. First of all, she's less tankier than Jax. Second of all, Jax does scale better than her. And third, I guess she's harder to play in a sense. Other than that, she's like a second version of Jax. And another thing, I guess she's kind of hard to play. I mean, I've tried learning her and trying her a bit, and I honestly don't understand how to play her. And so she does kind of have a high skill count. Okay, and at number 1 we do have Jax. Alright, so everyone is scared of a fed Jax. He can literally carry a game, he can 1v1 everyone in the game, and he is just a nuisance to deal with. And like I said before, he is a better version of Aelia. And so if he gets onto that squishy, he will probably 1v1 them and kill them. He's probably the best split pusher in the game. And yeah, he's overall a big threat. And honestly, I don't know what else to say. He's just good. Although one con I can think of is his pre-6 is really weak. Someone like Renekton can bully him out of lane, and so if you shut him down early, he won't be a threat until he's finished his Triforce and some other item. But in my opinion, Jax is probably the best top laner right now. Now, I would like to mention Kayle in this tier list, but honestly I don't like putting her in more than 1 or 2 tier lists. But she's definitely a good top laner. She can outtrade most top laners with her E, and she is ranged, etc, etc. So again, she's OP, but if I had to rate her, I'd probably put her at number 3 or 4. Hey guys, thank you for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is going to be the last of the tier list. Thank you for bear witnessing all of these videos that I put out. And the next time you'll see these type of videos is when I change my opinion on certain champions. Anyways, I am Panzer Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.